part of Broadway.
It was Krispy
Good
Kreme,
start.
Shannon.
Good start.
Go, Porn Rangers.
Oh, God, is this our open?
I don't even know what this show's called at this point.
We can bring a train wreck back.
Because, I mean, like, we did, Asa and I did Mr. 100 5-Star Man last week.
Uh-huh.
This is supposed to be, all right,
This was supposed to be Hype Train.
welcome to an all-new episode of Hype Train. I'll be your conductor tonight, Shannon Young.
Not enough hype on it. Not enough hype.
Are we restarting or are we just
No, I'm
going
just
to...
gonna, all right. 3, 2,
Oh, no.
1. Go. Welcome to the Hype Train. I'll be your conductor, Shannon Young.
That was terrifying. Never do that again.
Yeah, I felt like I was channeling Cody, but like not in a good way.
Can you do it as the NPR person?
Who's the NPR person?
Jesse the first time?
Welcome to the hype train.
Welcome to the Hype Train. This
Except his voice is so fucking smooth. Like, it's just that buttery goodness.
Jesse or the NPR guy?
Yes.
Wait, mine's not?
No, I mean, it is, but
Oh.
but you're doing a voice.
That's
Like, because
true.
Jesse was still kind of sick.
My voice...
And, like, you've heard Jesse's either morning voice or when when he's sick.
The deep frog.
Yeah, and it's
Deep
just
Frog,
like,
that's my
how?
nickname for him.
How is that even deep frog?
My natural voice is kind of nasally, and I have to like try to cover that. I hate hearing myself. Anyway,
I know, and it's a good thing all I do is commentary and podcasting.
welcome to show. My name is Shannon Young. I'll be your host tonight. Down at the end of the table is the sound guy,
I'm the director.
Asa Gray.
You gonna say hi?
He just
I did. I
He
told
says
him I was
sound-
the
He's the
director.
director.
Oh.
Lindsay Wolfgong.
Hello.
And I forgot one of the other names I was going to call Dalton.
Think about it.
Take your time.
Yep. Just dead air is always good.
It had something to do with pornography.
It's pronounced pornography.
Give me another one of them pornography films. National Pornographic.
Oh, God, why is that? That's a thing, right?
So, if you're tuning in for Karan Ashley,
We're sorry.
yeah, you've picked the wrong
Also,
train.
I would like to think that you know by the title of this video and the image.
I think that's what this show is going to be called, is absolutely not the interview with Karan Ashley. I'll make it very clear.
I feel like we shouldn't even put her name on it at all.
Nope. Absolutely not the interview with the Yellow Ranger. We will be talking to the Salmon Pink Ranger tonight, though. That's going to be a lot of fun.
No, that's Shinesman.
Oh, that's a different show?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll try to get him anyway.
Wait, what was the color?
Salmon pink.
So salmon.
Pink.
Yes.
But
But is it salmon
I will go home.
or is it salmon?
No, it's salmon. I am a seafood expert.
motherfucker.
Retired.
Wait,
My
hold on. Are we dropping
certifications
Fs
don't
tonight?
expire.
Well, I just
mean,
did
I
that,
have
so-
like 3 times already.
Okay,
Oh,
good. Well, then
That's why I was saying, like, we probably don't want to put her name on it.
I'm a
Especially if
seafood-
she like decides to like, well, let me see
wonder
what
what they did
let's-
instead.
Let me see what these guys are all about. And
So-
then she listens and she's like, oh no.
She goes, oh, that's the show I was supposed to be on.
She blocks
oh, they,
Tanner.
They made a reference to me.
Oh, thank
Let's
God.
skip to a random part in the show, and it's just me going like, so then he fucking grabs her asshole and stretches it out.
when did we ever say that?
That's later in the show.
Oh,
That's on the pre-show.
Yeah.
It's that $1 content.
There's a lot of stuff on the pre-show that we can't say on the regular show.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
If you want to hear a really good pre-show, go back to last night's pre-show.
Did we do a show last night? I didn't do a show last
No,
night.
oh yeah,
Up.
nerd up.
I know. I'm aware. I was a joke.
Well, for a second, I was like, wait, what show did we do last
All right,
night?
so in all actuality, if you really did come here for the Karan Ashley interview,
We're
which
sorry.
which thank God none of us promoted except Lindsay.
Thanks, dog.
Yeah, whatever.
No, I'm not mad at you for it because we've never had a guest cancel on us. And she didn't cancel on us. She had a scheduling conflict. She will be on the show in the future. So we're still excited to have Karan on here. But unfortunately, she could not be on tonight. So if you came here for Karan Ashley's interview, please stay tuned to a later episode with far less cursing, where we will definitely do that. We're also going to try to get Jason David Frank on the show.
Eh.
I mean, we're gonna try.
Johnny Young Bosch.
We're gonna try to get The Rock.
Walter Jones.
We're gonna try to get.
We're gonna try to get Donald Trump on the show soon to ask him a couple questions.
First of all, how dare you?
First off, who the fuck are you? who the fuck do you think you are? So that leaves us without a topic tonight. Gonna be honest with you, we didn't have a backup plan.
Nope. We should have. In retrospect.
Yeah, we really should have. I had a couple ideas for shows, but it's one of those where it's like
We need the time to.
you probably need time to prepare to really think of it because like you'll answer.
When do we ever prepare, Asa?
Yeah, put me on the
true, he
spot.
has
Put me
a
on the spot right now.
So one of them was because you guys did the like what series
want to see come back.
What
Yeah, let's
series?
do it. Let's
What
do
series
it.
do you want to see
I mean,
come
because
back?
honestly, on Thursday, half the time he tells us like an hour before the show, if that.
That's not true.
I'm in that group chat.
Yeah, but on
can
like
confirm.
That's not true.
but on the like Tuesday shows, we usually like plot things out a
have
little
ideas.
bit
You're
more.
organized, Asa.
It's
Yeah,
not
Ace
even
is
me.
much-
It's
Ace
not
is
even me. Most of the
much
time, it's
better.
like him on like Saturday or Sunday will send me a message and be like, "Hey, this is kind of what I'm thinking."
Well,
Well, he
something,
wants to be organized with you.
something strikes my fancy, and I'm like, I think that'd be a fun topic to talk about.
Yeah.
While you're thinking about it.
Well, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, well, no, I actually have something I want to ask you guys about, but I don't know if you've seen it. But you go first. You show me yours, and I'll show you mine.
So mine was with, and it's more of a because so D23 happened, and they were talking about Kind of Funny.
Mine's also related to D23.
Really? But so on Kind of Funny, they were talking about like the new shows and how people are not justifiably, but people are kind of starting to expect a Marvel gaming universe. Like they want to see that the PS4 Spider-Man game would be in the same universe as the
new
Avengers
Avengers
game
game,
and
yeah.
things like that.
They want to literally tie everything together.
Right.
Okay.
Which I mean I get, but I also don't think that's going to happen. And also
No.
neither do they. But my question is, so assume that with the Avengers game coming out, and you have Captain America as playable, and you have Thor, Hulk, Black Widow,
What have you?
Yeah, everybody, Iron Man.
Everybody.
Do you think that kind of removes the possibility of there being like a really fleshed out single player campaign driven Spider-Man style game for those characters? Because Sony
She
is
said they'll never make a Thor game.
yeah, like we're not going to get a super like a really like a dedicated Captain America game now.
Because they're
They're-
relying on the other content to fill all that in.
Well, because you don't want to compete with the Avengers game where you're already playing those characters, and you don't
Yeah.
want to have like one version of Captain America feel or play a lot better than the other one.
Yeah.
Granted, they are doing an Iron Man VR game,
That's different.
Separately,
Though. They
but-
did a Spider-Man VR game too. I don't count those.
so
Well, actually, there is a Marvel VR game in general.
Yeah.
Where you can play as Captain
Various
America, you can play as Wolverine, stuff like that. I agree with you. I don't think we'll ever see a single player.
was that a VR game or was that the Xbox Kinect thing?
No, it's VR.
No, it is VR. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
I don't think we'll ever see a single player game for those again. With the games like Marvel Ultimate Alliance and stuff, short of movie tie-ins, which there was a guy actually came in the store the other day that was looking for those original Sega games that they made based on Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, and I think that was it. They're not good games.
Well, okay,
But
so
he wanted them.
They did 2 Hulk games, and one of them was actually pretty fun. I think Ultimate Destruction.
Ultimate Destruction was really fun, but that was like a comic Hulk game. That wasn't
yeah.
based
No,
on
yeah, it
movies.
wasn't based on the movie.
I think that
There was a really good Hulk game that came out on GameCube.
that's the same
That
one.
Ultimate Destruction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was that
Yeah,
one.
'cause
It was
you
the one
could-
where you could just run around, destroy everything.
You
Yeah,
could
that
like
was
destroy
great.
the city. You could like punch into like semis and turn those into like
Boxing gloves.
Boxing gloves, yeah.
That game was awesome.
I kind of find that sad because I really like the lore of a specific group. Mm-hmm. And I think Ultimate Alliance 3, and I know Dalton may back me up on this, and Asa, I know Lindsay did not play it. She did watch me play it.
yes, I did.
They rush you through so many different zones with so many different characters, arcs and stuff that it's really fast and you don't really get to sink your teeth in. I would much rather play a game where it's set entirely in the world of X-Men, where I can explore the mansion. I can go to New York. I can really feel what it's like to be the X-Men, or like Thor or stuff like that. I think whenever you take all these characters and you put them into one game, even though it's cool to have them together, you still need that single like sensation of their world.
I think that's why the Avengers game is focusing initially on the 5 characters. And then they have you have the tease of Hank Pym. You have it looks like probably Miss Marvel is going to be part of the story because they have that a girl who looks a lot like Kamala Khan, falling on the grate and being covered in that gas. So like she could either be future DLC or she might just be like part of the story.
yeah.
But I think that's kind of what, because like games like Lego, like the Lego Avengers game, where it's
Yeah.
like, hey, you can play as literally every Marvel character ever, except the X-Men in the second one.
There you go. Or Fantastic Four.
Or yeah, but they all have like there's like, and it's and to a lesser extent, Ultimate Alliance. They have that shared kind of move pool. Where okay, so you fly or have a fireball or things like that.
Yeah.
There's only a couple things you can do in those games. Still a lot of fun and really addictive collectathons, really. But I think that's why they're doing it with this Avengers is you can get a better feel for
Which is
Cap
good.
and Thor.
Because it really sucks whenever you have a game like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, like the Punisher's coming out for it, right? And I'm a huge Punisher fan. But the difference in playing as the Punisher thrown into this world that has nothing to do with him or whatever, he's just a character I can play as with moves. As opposed to a game that's based on the Punisher, like that PS2 Punisher game I never got to play, but I heard it was fantastic. And
It
I
was
never got
brutal. I remember seeing
because it was built toward him. It was about torturing enemies. I mean, it was the Punisher.
Yeah.
It's not Punisher going into the X-Mansion and shooting Sentinels or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so hollow.
And also, like, it doesn't matter who you pick in that game. Ultimate Alliance 3, that's my biggest complaint with it, is you can literally be any character and none of the dialogue changes.
Yeah.
Like, Hulk, I told you the couple examples of talking to Deadpool and him saying, wow, that was worse than being punched in the face by Wolverine.
Hulk.
And I'm Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm, like, being stabbed by Wolverine. And it's like, well, I'm Wolverine. Why are you saying it like that? Or being Hulk and talking to Hulk, and you're using full, wow, I can't believe this happened. What's going on?
Hulk smash!
Hulk smash, you puny, move along. And it's like, okay, I'm you. But
They could have at least thrown something in where Hulk talks to Hulk and just goes, Hulk confused.
Yeah, like, or anything. Like, it's, I don't know. I just, like, that was a huge bummer for me.
Can you imagine if the movies only did Avengers movies now and not solo movies? Like, if they had the shared universe and it was only the shared universe from now on, like every movie was about the Avengers, not about Captain America.
Have Black Panther 2 or anything like
Not
that.
Black Panther 2. It was just Avengers.
Avengers 74.
I guess the closest thing I could say to it would be like Captain America Civil War. Because that was a Captain America movie, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But it was basically an Avengers movie.
Right.
You
but
know?
it focused on Cap.
Cap and Iron Man more. But I could see that just being kind of a downer. Like it would be kind of boring.
You could have made that Iron Man 4 Civil War, and it would have played
Similarly.
really similar.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, I don't know, because they are already in a shared universe. Like, all of the solo movies, like, they all kind of have repercussions, and, you know, you can see fingerprints of other Marvel movies in there.
Yeah.
But they're not, but it's not just, you know, it's all just team movies.
It's not all like generic place and there. Do you remember they had that great Batman, the animated series, and they had that great Superman show that was on in like the 90s and 2000s?
Yeah,
was it?
Superman New Adventures or whatever.
Yeah, but then they changed it to just Justice League. And it didn't feel as cool. Like, it didn't feel as good. I didn't like Justice League as much as I liked Batman, the animated series, or Superman.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But, like, that Justice League, and I'm not talking about Unlimited, I love Unlimited more, but, like, I love that Justice League cartoon.
Was that the one from the...
Late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Like, it was a great cartoon, but, like, whenever you have a more of a focus on a particular character, that character gets fleshed out more.
I think that's why I like Justice League Unlimited a lot, because a lot of that was zeroed in on characters. So, like, you would have the Justice League, but then you would also have, like, Superhero of the Week. So, like, you'd have, like, a Hawk or Dove, or you'd have Batman Beyond, or you'd have something
They would
like
have
that.
their own, like, their own episodes.
So,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
That Unlimited is very underrated, in my opinion. I think some of the best DC animated stuff they ever did was that show.
I want to go back and rewatch the Superman show and Justice League, because I never really gave those a fair shake because they just weren't as good as Batman.
Yeah.
Or at least I didn't like them as much as Batman.
yeah.
So, but I was probably, you know, a shitty little kid who...
You
This isn't Batman.
no
Justice League can't use Batman characters, so this is stupid.
Justice League, the movie, by the way, was the best Justice for me because they showed Superman was superior, Batman was a little bitch. That
God,
couldn't-
they really did.
Yeah,
They really fucking nerfed Batman in that.
They nerfed Batman hard, but that's fair because realistically,
it makes sense, yeah.
that's what would happen. Well, if Batman had 20 minutes to prepare for Steppenwolf,
I mean, he would. So if you could pitch a single player, take Avengers and Spider-Man off the table, like the 5 Avengers that are going to be in the Avengers game.
yeah,
Remove them and Spider-Man.
X-Men,
Marvel Games is about to announce a solo hero movie.
so not X-Man.
Solo hero.
Yeah.
Cyclops. No,
that would
nobody
suck.
would do that. Yeah.
Like there's going to be a solo hero game. Like someone is getting a single player campaign focused game.
But a quality game, not
no,
just
no.
a movie time.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is it like they are giving it the Spider-Man treatment? Who do you want and what studio do you want? Who would you want to make it?
Oh, that is a good, just off the cuff question. I guess the one I've always wanted to play as most, other than the X-Men, because I know the X-Men's a cheat code because there are a bunch of them.
Right.
Would probably be Thor. Even though I'm not big on the character himself.
Motherfucker, I said take the Avengers off the table.
Oh, so I can't do Thor himself?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant just
No,
it
like
can't
the
be the Avengers.
The characters in the Avengers game. So
the new
okay.
one, the 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cap,
Okay.
Thor, Hulk,
Gotcha.
Tony, and Black Widow, and then Spider-Man because he's got
That
his
changes-
name.
that
That's what
changes the game.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is because like I don't think they're going to get like that single player game. Also, if you want
Because they're in
to, if
that-
you want to feel like Thor, play God of War, and it'll feel better.
Good.
Well, then I'm going to have to go back to my roots and say the Punisher. Because you can easily make a GTA style game with the Punisher.
Yeah.
The villains aren't over the top. They're, it's all about gunplay and stuff like that. I think they can make it very fun. And I would have Rockstar do it. Have Rockstar make a Punisher game like proper. And I think they would knock it out of the park. Like, look what they did with Red Dead, and to a much lesser extent, Grand Theft Auto. Because I'm not a huge Grand Theft Auto fan. I'm going to be honest. I love the gameplay, but the world has always like, I don't want to be a criminal. I don't want to be a thug.
Right.
I want to be a cowboy.
You want to be an outlaw?
Yeah.
You wouldn't-
I want to go to outlaw mud shows and perform.
Oh shit.
I know, right? But yeah, I think the Punisher would be a fantastic game. And if not the Punisher, the X-Men.
No, because I would also kill for like this kind of Avengers style game, but like X-Men. Even if it is just the original team.
Or Magneto. Like, if I had to pick one, I think Magneto would probably be the most fun. Like, he has play all the X-Men stuff, but from the other side, where you're the Brotherhood and you, I don't know, kill
Or have him
presidents.
try to recruit, like he has to try to like recruit.
Gosh, I miss the X-Men Legends game so much.
Yeah. I think the one thing that really helps, because like as I'm thinking about it, because like I was saying Wolverine, but I was like, fuck, we've pretty much gotten that game.
A couple
Give
times.
it to me again.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but you already had the best one.
And that's what I mean is like we have one good one.
Yeah. So, like thinking about it, I was gonna say Wolverine. Besides that, I really don't have anybody. I think the thing about the Spider-Man game that's super important to note that the world that they put him in is Spider-Man's world. Like it was catered to that specific character. Where like other characters really don't have that. And then I was like, well, you could do Batman, and I was like, wait a minute, they did 4 games.
Yeah.
Of that. So if you were like, all right, gun to your head, what do you want? Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen, but make it like Arkham Asylum.
Can I jump in real quick? You talk about Batman. One I think I hated about those Batman games was even though they were open world and they kind of took place in Gotham, I didn't get what I wanted. I wanted a game like Spider-Man where I could be Batman in Gotham City. I could stop minor crimes. I could just live the life of Batman.
And whereas Gotham was abandoned,
Gotham
or like
was
everyone
abandoned.
was in their the
Their
quarantine
clique.
or whatever.
They were so Arkham Asylum was just at the asylum.
Right.
So that made sense.
Arkham City was the one that I thought, oh, this is the one.
Well, Arkham City made sense because they walled off.
It was you were technically still in Arkham. It was
Right.
just they took over a giant part of.
Arkham Origins was Christmas Eve, so it made sense that the place was
hated that.
barren. Yeah, it wasn't
Never
good.
played
I thought it was a cop out of just.
It was a cop out, and it
like,
wasn't good.
They at least explained it. Like, and I'm happy that they explained it. I just hated the explanation that we
yeah,
got.
because it was a pretty bull. Like, go to a movie theater.
There's a blizzard.
Yeah,
Everyone's snowed in because the blizzard's coming.
and then
It's Gotham, bitch.
And
They
then-
had them streets clean.
yeah,
and then-
Arkham Knight. They quarantined. They exited the town. Like they evacuated.
They've
That's
never
what-
made a Batman game where it's like, here's Gotham, like Spider-Man. Swing around, pick up, police reports, go stop them, and then you can have the big missions with the big criminals. But that's what I always wanted. I wanted
would've
a
been-
Batman game where I could be Batman.
That would have been really.
But
cool.
yeah,
Because you
no.
can't get that with any other character. You can't have an X-Men game where it's free roam and you just run around New York. Because
And that's what I was saying.
You could, and it would actually be kind of interesting. Of like, make an X-Men game, but there is a PR meter. Like, there's a public relations meter. If you walk around at the beginning of the game, people are calling you mutie. People are like,
well, depending on which mutant you pick. Because some of them get away with it much easier.
I mean, yeah,
Psylocke walks through like Manhattan in a dress, no one cares.
I'm assuming-
Beast walks through at all.
I'm assuming you're in your X-Men garb. Like
Okay.
you are in your uniform. They know who you are.
Okay.
You're patrolling.
You're not trying to like pass. You are on your way to do something or something like that. But you have a meter, a good like a public relations meter of people are harassing you on the street, like so you kind of have to avoid certain heavily trafficked areas, otherwise it slows you down.
Yeah.
But then you stop a burglary. You save people who are in a car wreck. You do something like that, and eventually, over time, you actually start changing people's minds and perceptions on mutant kind.
But see, that's the problem I always had with the X-Men was like when you say like you stop a burglary. I can't imagine the X-Men ever stopping a burglary.
They do
Yeah.
all the time.
That's not Colossus' job. I mean, it is, but it's not.
When was the last time you read an X-Men comic? They are constantly
Yeah.
out.
Oh,
in
no, I know
50
that. but-
years.
They are
If
constantly.
you saw his stack of comics that he has not read lately,
I mean,
That's
mine's
true.
you
bigger.
would know. I
know
don't
you
doubt
do.
it.
But I'm saying like the X-Men.
Because they're constantly out in the city, like they're just trying to go out and have lunch, or they're
Yeah.
having a meeting,
Well,
or they're just
they're
out
that-
and about because they're people.
They're kind of that
Iceman.
middle
I want an Iceman game.
I'm surprised that wasn't your first answer.
Well, it's because I was like, what X-Men would I actually want to play as? But no, like Iceman, and you can just make it the Spider-Man game.
They just fly around on ice
Yeah,
instead.
just
The
like
X-Men.
with ice and a little bit more gay. But because he's gay.
Right.
Don't look at me like
Thanks
that.
for
Lindsay.
explaining
I
what-
know!
Okay.
I'm
well,
not dumb.
She popped for it, and I was like, I'm not being homophobic.
I thought he was banging Rogue
No, that's Gambit
in the movie.
Sir. But no, I would want Daredevil, but Arkham Asylum, like that first one, because it's in a very quarantine spot. Make that Hell's Kitchen, and then you can still do like the later Batman Arkham things where like you have cameos from like Nightwing and Robin. Like you can have Iron Fist pop in for a second. and
See, that's the one
shit
that
like
that's the one I would want. I would want a Rocksteady made Iron
Daredevil.
Fist game.
Oh well, that's
Well, see,
fair,
but
too.
the whole Defenders, and that's the reason the thing I said about the X-Men was that when you think of the X-Men, you think of not Omega level threats. I don't know if that's an actual term that's ever used.
There's Omega level mutants, which just
Right.
means that they have whatever their ability is, they are the strongest at
Right.
that.
And the X-Men are kind of a middle ground where I could see them stopping crimes, but I more think of them fighting Mr. Sinister. I think of them fighting Apocalypse, stuff like that. There are very few superheroes that you can put in an urban setting or like a realistic city and have them fight crime, and it makes sense. You're never going to have Iron Man flying around New York stopping petty crimes. They don't show that in the movies. They don't show that often.
literally has a suit of armor taking care of that for him.
That's a very boring game. Crime.
Well, and
press
also like
button.
there's also
Crime solved.
I'm really sorry for that yawn in there.
Here's a Playboy
it's like
model.
the fourth one of this stuff tonight. But there is kind of a hierarchy within the Marvel heroes. Like, yeah, you don't even in their solo stories. Captain America is really the only one that's really ground level of the Avengers.
Or Black Widow.
Everyone else, even Black Widow, isn't on
But
the
she's more
ground.
like special ops.
She's special ops. She's out in other countries. Thor's in Asgard or New Asgard or wherever now.
But then you have like the Defenders.
Tony Stark, like the current run, at least where I'm at, which I'm 6 months behind because I'm reading it on Marvel Unlimited. He is currently entirely involved, and it is a worldwide problem. But he is involved in this like VR thing that he's created. Like he kind of created a Ready Player One scenario that has been shockingly went awry.
These guys got to stop doing things.
I know. But and then you have like the Defenders who are more street level, stopping the random crimes, and like Spider-Man, things like
The
that.
Punisher, guys like
Punisher,
that. Yeah. Batman, even.
But I think like the only thing that would keep me from wanting like a true like, because with the Iron Fist game, I'm picturing you're in New York, but you're also in you visit Kunlun, you visit these other locations.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't necessarily be open world just because there's no easy traversal mechanic for Iron Fist. Like you would pretty much have these like certain areas that you could explore.
Let's use the Bifrost like
have
God
to-
of War.
Yeah, kind of. But like that's the kind of combat that I would want because Rocksteady. I loved Spider-Man, but I think Rocksteady has the market on that kind of like not rhythm-based combat, but
I know what you're
Parrying
saying.
you
and
can
stuff
fight
like that.
because like you with the Iron Fist you have like the other trainees. You can also fight the hand. You can. There's a lot of
A lot of those guys you could.
so
well,
like one-on-one. Like
they
not
need to make a
one-on-one, but
Defenders game.
That would
Basically.
that would be amazing. Although then you run
Without
into
Luke Cage.
but then you run into the problem of like
Or Jessica Jones.
Like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones kind of play similar as well as so do Iron Fist and Daredevil. Daredevil would have like the baton though,
And then the Punisher just walks in with a gun and kills everybody.
like
Just-
mows everybody down.
And there's like, one.
No Russian.
What did he used to say? What was his quote from the show that he would always say
no half measures.
about his kids? It was like something penny and dime. What was it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I'll look it up.
Did
'cause
you
I know
not
what you're
watch The
talking about.
Punisher?
No, he hasn't seen anything past the first season of Daredevil.
That's not true. I'm like three episodes into season 2.
Oh shit! You know what I
Oh, well,
realized?
there you go.
We never watched season 2 of The Punisher
Uh-uh.
because I heard it was
Because you
disappointing.
got upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the scars were emotional.
Oh,
So I didn't even watch the show, but I knew that
that
was
sounded
a
like Derek
That-
Boxdorfer getting a boner there. Oh,
Do you have one, Lindsay?
No.
I figured
Jewel
I
in the hologram.
I
contributing.
figured I would ask.
Give him the holo games, right? That's what we were gonna say.
I mean, I
Hollow
don't
Games.
play
fucking know.
that style of game. Sorry.
you should.
Well,
They're
no, it
pretty
doesn't
good.
even have to be like an action game. Like if there was something like set in a type of game that you would want to play, just set like with a Marvel character.
Rock
So-
band set.
no, I got it. No.
Jim and the holograms.
I got it. It's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. game. You play as Nick Fury. You go around catching other superheroes. You battle them, you wear them down, and then you capture them and bring them into S.H.I.E.L.D.
You are the collector.
You're the collector.
You just described phase 1.
And it was
his game.
It was 1 batch, 2 batch, penny and dime.
1 batch, 2 batch, penny and dime, yeah. But that's what Nick Fury is like, Iron Man, I need your help. He's like, "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do." And then you beat him up and you throw a shield ball at him. And you're like, you're in S.H.I.E.L.D. now.
Shield ball. Jesus Christ.
I want to talk to you
America,
about. I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. It was super
I'm
effective.
just having this image of Nick Fury just throwing a ball at Tony Stark's head and it hitting him in the forehead and just staring at him.
Or Nick Furry, as I saw earlier today.
Oh.
No, keep that to yourself.
Billy likes that one.
Now someone's getting a boner.
No.
Well, what I wanted to talk about from D23 was the new Star Wars trailer.
For Mandalorian or for the Rise of Skywalker?
We'll get to Mandalorian here in a second. The Rise of Skywalker. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it last night.
Oh, well, God damn it! Now I don't want to.
It was D23. Of course, we talked about it.
Well, with Jesse there. What did you guys think of the lightsabers? The thing I want to know most.
My favorite thing was the
Swiss
meme of her switching it out, and it was the Sith Army knife. So it had all
That
of the
was pretty
extensions
good.
and stuff.
So just for the record, like, there's no way in well, hold on. What time is it? It's 8:00. Okay. There's no way in fucking hell. I had to make sure we could cuss again. That she's turning dark side.
No,
so
yeah,
that
it
was
was-
clearly
yeah.
bait and switch.
It was a
of some
vision.
kind.
It was going to
Yeah.
be a vision. Although,
Yeah.
like I said last night, and I'm sorry for those who listen to Nerd Up as well. I think it's pretty revolutionary, and we've never seen anything like it. Of teasing the protagonist of a Star Wars movie embracing the dark side in marketing before the movie comes out.
Yeah.
That's pretty fresh.
Like it's crazy. I'm glad to see them finally really break away from the original trilogy.
Wait, have they done that before?
No.
I like how you said
that's
break
never
away
been
from the
done.
original trilogy when that trailer, the first minute was just like, hey,
See, and that's
remember how much you love Star Wars?
you know, and it,
Hey,
'cause that
remember this
wasn't
guy?
that wasn't a trailer. That was a teaser.
Yeah.
Like that is
Yeah.
the definition of a teaser that we finally got. Like Mandalorian got a trailer. This was hey, no, don't worry. Yes, the movie is coming out in 4 months now. So less than
Yeah,
that.
Joker comes out in a month and a half.
What?
October 4th.
Yeah, we were
Holy
looking up.
smoke.
We were
Not
looking
gonna
up.
lie, I forgot about that one.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
for that
I did
one.
too.
We were looking up for those dates for the Mortal Kombat combat pack because I thought that maybe the Joker got pushed up from Combat Pack 2 to the first one
Because of
to
the
maybe
movie?
tie in with the movie, but he doesn't come out until like a month after.
So sexy Joker, sexy pretty Joker.
WWE 2K create a character Joker.
So I actually have a list of because we like our lists when Lindsay's on the show. We like to talk about things. 29 things that were announced during D23. Did you guys go over all of them last night?
We didn't go over everything, but we went through a lot of it.
Make it difficult for me. Why'd you have to cover D23? You could have talked about Borderlands more.
Because it was the nerd show and it was Nerd Up, and we were not supposed to talk about things other than
Nerd
Karen
stuff.
Ashley's career tonight.
I like The Mandalorian. I thought it
Mandalorian looked awesome.
It does look
Yeah, it was cool.
My only complaint is I don't want Taika Waititi to voice IG-11.
Is that who's voicing IG-11?
Yeah. And I don't want IG-11 to be a goofy character. And
Well-
I just
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yeah, I
Bob
know.
looked up the timeline. I was like, where does this take place at? And he
That's
looked it
what I
up.
was-
It said it takes place between Empire Strikes Back. It takes place between the Empire and the First Order.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought what he meant by that was that it took place between Empire Strikes Back and The Force Awakens. And I was like, so
How?
Return of the Jedi? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, is that not what he meant?
No, he meant it takes place between the fall of the Empire and the birth of the First Order, I guess.
Oh, so
Even
like
though
it's,
I saw quite a few Imperial soldiers there.
Well,
I mean, there were a lot of stormtrooper helmets and like bodies.
When stormtroopers, there was parts
Oh, yeah.
where they were running around. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused by it.
Well, I think it's probably as the Empire, like the last bits of the Empire collapse.
Yeah, because if you follow the expanded universe, they
which
had,
you can't anymore.
Which you can't. But their original stuff was the Empire continued after the death of Palpatine. They did
Yeah.
more stuff. And by the way, Disney, I don't know if you guys talked about this last night. Don't tease me with a dark series that's not going to be dark. I saw that trailer. I saw it look like that dude was about to get cut in half. Like all these things that made me think, oh, this could be a really like
Oh, you mean Mandalorian?
Mandalorian. This
But
could be a
then
really
you remembered it's on Disney Plus,
It's on
and
Disney
nothing's going
Plus.
to be over PG-13.
Which I mean, you can still do dark, but not be rated R.
Right.
So I mean, this could be a.
This could be dark, but like you're not going to show the guy get cut in half. Like you're not
Yeah.
going to show these things that I thought. Like this show will be as violent as it can be for Disney Plus. I am curious to see how far Disney will go on their Plus channel.
Not very. That's what they have Hulu for.
yeah.
I guess Damn it.
Because they own Hulu, and that's where like Hellstrom and what did he say last night too? Ghost Rider. Like that's where those series are going.
Yeah, so looking at the series list here, and I'll go over them. We're not going to talk about all of them, but I'm curious which ones you guys talked about and what you're talking about here. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Don't care.
Didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's got Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I don't care. I'm still
I
mad about the
feel
first
like I know that
Maleficent
name.
film.
That's just one of my favorite SNL bits. Encore, starring Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
Didn't talk about it.
No clue what that is.
The show brings together former castmates of High School Musicals, tasking them with recreating their original performances years after they last performed it in a high school reunion like no other.
Don't
Is
care.
this a script? Is this a scripted show or is it like a game show
It just
or like
says
reality
It
show?
just says Kristen
I'm
Bell.
assuming.
Because she could be hosting it.
I think it'll be just a TV show.
Yeah.
It sounds like High School Musical, the reunion. Never mind. Follow that up. High School Musical, the series.
Yeah, I know they were supposed to
Hold
have
on.
a series.
That is
also.
that's the name of
High
it.
School Musical.
The musical,
The
the
series.
Yeah.
All right, well, go to hell. The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
We
It's
mentioned
just
it.
gonna be weird.
But
That'll
yeah, it's
be
just
fun.
him going around. It's him traveling, or like him. He's getting a travel show, and he's just
Uh-huh.
reacting to things.
Traveling around the world as he learns about things from ice cream to tattoos to denim.
Did you watch the? No, he. So you didn't watch the trailer of him explaining what the show was.
I did not.
He apparently is a huge sneakerhead. Like he is obsessed with sneakers.
No.
And he also
no.
has like a weird obsession of
He's in
like
that
blue
culture.
jeans and denim.
Why does it make you sad they like shoes?
Because I have to deal with this crap on a weekly basis.
Not from
and
Jeff Goldblum.
I would rather deal with his.
Yes.
Lady and
Everybody
the,
would.
Lady and the Tramp.
That
But
tramp.
just
I'm-
The
real
live action film.
Real quick, going
I'll
back
watch
to
it.
the Jeff Goldblum thing, he had one of the things he said in that trailer where he talked about the show that I really liked was you have to go in assuming you know nothing, because how else do you learn anything about different things? And I thought that was a neat approach to hear
in
from
blank.
someone like Jeff Goldblum, who I always got the air, like undeservedly, like I understand that I'm judging the man on nothing other than my own like impression, but he always kind of just seemed like he would be like super pompous.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
in a good way.
I won't even know in a good way. Like he's fun and I enjoy Jeff Goldblum, but I felt like if we ever met, like he would just be a dick. And again, that's unfair of me.
Very
that's just
unfair.
That's just the vibe that
He's
I got.
the man that did the entire Simpsons what is it?
He reread the steamed ham.
The Steam
Yeah.
Hand
Yeah.
episode, yeah. So
he also
Apparently,
has
when he sits in airports, if there's a piano, he'll just sit down and just start playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's that
And
guy.
yeah,
airports
he's-
just have pianos.
Some do.
good ones. Not Cape
Not really.
Regional.
But he also has the thing
Screw that
where
place.
he also has the thing where he's like, people come up to me and ask, is it pronounced Goldblum or Goldblum? And I tell them, how dare you approach me? Which that's clear. Like I understand that that's a bit in it, but it's funny.
I think he did you ever see the Conan O'Brien skit Secrets? Where they get where they get a celebrity and it's like there was one that was like Goldblum Secrets. And it's just him sitting at a table in like this dungeon looking place just saying weird shit. I love those skits. Look them up. Lady and the Tramp. The cool thing about Lady and the Tramp is that the dog that plays the tramp is a rescue dog, which I thought was kind of neat.
Oh, are they using real dogs?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a live action movie. And it
Because
was
dogs can be trained.
Yeah, I mean but I didn't know. Like
I don't know, that was the most like I know you didn't mean it that way, but that was the
That
most
sounded shitty.
pompous thing. Dogs can be trained.
You dumb fuck.
Like wow.
Unlike all of their CG animals.
I
They
get
were
what-
trained really well. What the hell are you talking
Like
about?
I get what you were going for. You're comparing it to like Lion King,
But
but
you
like you
sound like
can't
a
really
dick.
train. You can't train an entire fucking jungle to all act together at the same time.
The power
All right,
of-
guys, bring them in. Bring in the lions.
the power of
Let's watch
Disney
them
knows
eat
no
each other.
bounds.
The
They flashed enough
Mandalorian,
cash in
which
front
I
of
am
that
super
lion.
excited about. Noelle, which is about
It's
Santa's
going to be a
daughter.
Christmas special.
I like
yeah.
I like Anna Kendrick.
I like Anna
Me
Kendrick
too.
Lamar better.
Stop it. Now and later Jeopardy category, mother.
Frozen 2, which
Okay.
whatever. I'm over.
I'll
it.
watch it.
I'm over it.
Yeah, I'll be there for it.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
I need to see the end. I need to know what
Yeah.
happens. I
Oh no,
know
yeah,
what it is.
Yeah,
like I'll
same.
I'll,
Like,
I'll
I will
see
go
it day
see it.
one.
They got Palpatine in the background, hard. I'm assuming he's a Force ghost like Yoda was, probably.
Probably.
Black Widow,
Mhm.
I think will be interesting, maybe.
I don't like how because the poster you get your first little view of Taskmaster and he just looks like he's wearing it's a guy wearing a paintball helmet.
Yes.
Like I don't that bums me
Wait,
out.
Taskmaster, like
The
skull face, sword and shield guy?
Yes.
Wow, I gotta look that up. Soul,
Looks cool. Tina
I
Fey's,
haven't,
seen anything
I
about
haven't
it.
watched any of that yet.
Tina Fey's in it, so I'm all see it.
Pixar's, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from Pixar's next one.
Jungle Cruise with Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt.
That's
I'm sold.
just another why.
No,
That'll
I'm
be
sold.
fun.
Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson.
You're gonna take a
I mean, I'll watch it, but
take a still from that skyscraper, Jumanji,
I know.
like every movie, and see if you can narrow down.
I just
what-
don't know how they're making it into a full movie when like the Tower of Terror was like an hour-long Disney Channel movie
I mean, they made Pirates of the Caribbean
into
Into
like
12
into like
movies.
15 movies.
They
So
sure did.
We got the Eternals with Salma Hayek. Oh, I'm sold now.
have you seen?
There it is.
Yeah, it is.
Did you see the trailer for the new Rambo movie?
Last Blood.
Yeah.
I watched an old trailer for it when he's like straight up cowboy.
I don't know how recent the one I saw the other night was, but like, what are the odds that movie ends with he's just like in a home, like flipping out on a bunch of orderlies?
Oh no!
Oh, no. I don't like that at all.
Sylvester Stallone is in great shape for. how
Are you
old?
looking? Up
Yeah,
how old
he's currently
Sylvester
looking for how
Stallone
old
is?
he is.
He's 73.
I was gonna say
Jesus.
60 something, but
I was gonna say 100.
I wish I was in that shape at 73 or now.
I still love my favorite thing is I think it was either the Expendables or when they did the when he played Rocky again for the first time in however long, whichever movie that was.
Creed.
Rocky Balboa.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
And he's like, and they're like, how are you in such great shape? And he's like, steroids.
yeah.
I am on a lot of steroids.
Oh
Like,
no!
They do that?
I mean,
He
no,
does.
like no, that's like he was joking.
Oh.
He like worked. He just worked hard and ate right and had like a bunch of trainers and stuff. And
Onward, as Dalton does the.
Steroid in the ass.
I was going to make it a little more
you did it
classy.
in your arm.
And then I did it in the ass.
He's shooting up double steroids.
Yeah, that's how much steroids.
Raya and the Last Dragon, featuring Aquafina. Cruella with Emma Stone. Have you
that
seen that
one
picture?
I kind of want to watch.
Yeah, okay.
I like that they're taking a punk rock spin on it.
For the prequel.
Uh huh.
Oh, it's a prequel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it takes
it's-
place in the 1970s.
Yeah, 70s
It's-
London, so they're doing the like Clash style punk rock.
Black Panther
Aspect to
2,
it.
obviously. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna watch the hell out of that.
The Lizzie McGuire reboot.
Okay,
And it has
what is
been
wrong with
announced that
everybody?
Hillary
I'm
Duff
excited
is
about
going
that.
to
No,
be
I
in
am
it.
excited about that.
Jesse also was like, and those are the only announcements that we care about. And I was like, you didn't say Lizzie McGuire. Lizzie McGuire is amazing.
She was a staple of television.
And deservedly so.
I had a poster of Hillary Duff because
You
Bob
still have a poster of her.
Bob was obsessed with
She's just in the closet.
He was obsessed with Lizzie McGuire. Like he loved it. He grew up in that time period, so it's
Yeah.
not weird. You have to say it that way. And then he got me into Hillary Duff, and I never watched Lizzie McGuire, but I love Hillary Duff. So I will not watch this, but I like Hillary Duff.
Then you should watch it.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Like
you
I'm
should
excited
watch
for it. I like that she's
I liked
coming
the
back.
show originally.
I like that they're keeping her little. They're going to keep her little animated inner thought self is going to be there.
Oh, so she's just psychotic now.
Hillary Duff was on a
I mean,
Well,
she
really
was in high
She had, yeah.
Oh, does she actually have a condition?
No.
Well,
It
the,
was-
way you said it made me think that like she actually had a
throughout
undiagnosed.
the TV show, there would be like an inner commentary animated character that would pop
Yeah.
up and comment on the scenes.
Yeah, but now she's an adult.
Yeah.
So instead of Scrubs, when he like you hear his inner thoughts, it's just shown as. It's not like she's talking to her.
Okay.
This cartoon version of herself. That's just the way that they are. That's the way they present her.
Her inner dialogue.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hillary Duff was in a really, really good episode of Community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hillary Duff is a really, really good.
Who names their kid Megan? You trying to run a bitch factory? God.
Moon Knight.
I'm excited for it. I don't
He's
like
like
that it's probably
Batman.
not coming out until like 2022, but
Ms. Marvel.
That'll be fun.
Here's the one I'm excited about, and this is the reason I wanted to talk about it, and it took this far to get there.
you could have
Muppets
just
Now.
started with it.
Muppets Now.
And that's one we actually
I'm
didn't talk about last
curious.
night.
I am such a big fan of the Muppets. When we met Hornswoggle at the CCW event,
We had different interactions.
we did. Everybody else like talked to him about wrestling. I talked to him about the Muppets.
He asked me about my beard oil. He was not impressed.
We talked about the Muppets. And he told me how being on Raw with the Muppets was, short of his children, was the coolest thing that's ever happened to him in his life. So I love the Muppets. I love the old movies. Kermit is like, everyone talks about their spirit animal. It would be
Kermit.
It would be Kermit. I don't know why. I just always loved him. And I loved their show that they had on a couple years ago. That it was kind of like 30 Rock, but it was with the Muppets Tonight.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why that show got canceled. I thought that was a great show.
Nobody watched it.
You watched it?
We did every week.
There was tens of you.
Which I'm trying to think of a show I hate that's still on the air, and I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I mean, there were aspects of it that I thought
Fox
were
News.
unnecessary,
Family Guy.
but overall, I really enjoyed it.
What'd you say?
I said Fox News.
That's a whole channel. That's a hard one. What'd you say, Asa?
Bachelor.
You hate The Bachelor?
That's a real. Who likes The Bachelor?
A million people.
About to say more people than they
Millions
like
of
the
people.
Muppets.
Well, that's true. Well, that's because they took God out of high school.
Did you see?
What would you call them?
I'd probably call them some kind of sodless Godomites.
Did you? The thing that I don't understand about this Muppet Show is that it's unscripted.
Yeah, what does it mean? It's a short form unscripted show.
So it's going to be like improv, and it's going to be shorter than a regular show. So they will probably be little like 15-minute blips.
So
So like
an
little
improv with
Steven
Muppets.
Universe and
Kind
like
of.
Adventure Time. Do you think they're gonna like put two of them together to make a
don't-
30-minute block? Which I
I-
guess they don't have. Like
They don't have to now because like I've actually got a bunch of like random little shows on Netflix I've been watching that are that same way. They're little like 12 to 15-minute randomness that I just keep finding myself watching, and I'm not sure why.
Do you? What do you think about them announcing that they're not going to dump everything all day one? Like everything's going to be.
I didn't expect them to dump everything day one.
I did.
No, I don't, like I mean, like not everything's coming out when it launches, but like so when because the Mandalorian does come out the day that the service is announced, but there's only going to be one episode of it.
Oh, they're doing weekly.
They're
type
doing
thing?
it's weekly,
Young Justice.
Yeah,
How
instead
would
of
you
it. Instead of it being all like bingeable, like Netflix series where try to shotgun all of Orange is the New Black this weekend.
I think I like it and I hate it because on the one hand, I hate waiting for the next show to see what happens.
Right.
But at the same time, there is an excitement. But I also worry that in a week's time, I lose interest in things.
Yeah.
I have that attention span now. So
Because like we can still be good about watching like an episode a day, but like
Yeah.
okay. So I was getting caught up on Young Justice. Prime example. I got about 4 episodes into the new ones when they dropped, and then I had to wait, and I haven't watched it since. Like I honestly don't even remember where I left off.
I'm glad they do that though because Swamp Thing, when I found out it was canceled, it was on a week-to-week basis. You had to wait for the next episode. I stopped watching it. I was no longer waiting for the next week's. If I had binged the entire thing in 2 days and then found out they're never doing a follow-up, I would have been like, I wasted 2 days.
I do kind of like that they're not going all at once because it makes it so much easier to be able to talk about it
Yeah.
with people instead of like this.
How much have you seen?
Yeah, like okay, well, where did you? Okay, so I watched 6 episodes yesterday. You watched 4, but I've watched so much, it all kind of blends together. So I can't be like, hey, so did you get to where he kills the guy with the bowling ball? No. Oh crap. Well, now you know that's like.
Sorry, kid.
Have you
I
seen?
didn't mean to spoil that for
Did you see this person die? Like no, like it's hard. It's at least for me. Like, but I'm also dumb. Like, I don't know if other people have that problem.
You're not dumb, honey.
Where it's just like, no, I know how many episodes I watched and I know what happens in each episode.
No, I'm the same way, especially if it's a big spoiler.
But I like being able to like, and then you don't have to worry about like who you're talking to. Cause like, okay, so Dalton has seen 4 episodes. Lindsay and I have finished it and you've only seen the first episode. And I got to be careful with what I say to who. Like, I don't want to mention the end of the season thing to you. Whereas now we're all, you've seen it or you haven't.
Haven't.
So, the person I was with at the time, whenever I was watching Breaking Bad, we were watching it independently of each other. So what I had, and I got super far ahead because, like,
Because you don't stop watching that show.
yeah, she was able to somehow.
It's like you're addicted, like a drug.
yeah. So what I would have to do is I would watch a bunch of episodes. Of course, I would lose count of how many you watch in a row. So I would actually just like I bookmarked the Wikipedia for a while on my phone, and I would go back and reread what happened. So that way I would know exactly what happened in each episode.
Yeah.
I didn't like doing that because it was a bunch of backtracking over a very like mentally draining show, and reading that shit is no less traumatizing.
Yeah, and the show also likes to make like little references to things where, you see something in one episode and then like 3 episodes later, oh, that came back. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'm going to rewatch it.
Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Because did you see the trailer for it's not a trailer, but did you see the teaser Netflix released for the movie?
They're doing a movie?
Yeah. There's going to be there is a Breaking Bad movie coming out.
Yep.
And it picks up immediately after the show ended.
So Jesse just gets fucking shot, right?
Well, so the teaser is it's the really squirrely looking meth dude.
Okay, I
his
know who you're
buddy,
talking- yeah.
the one with perfect fucking teeth.
Yeah, I mean, it was clean meth. In fairness, it was the cleanest meth.
It's him. Like he is in like a holding cell, and the police are, and he's talking to the cops, and he's like, I don't know where he is, but even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. I read the papers. I know what he went through. Why would I ever do anything to bring him back into this? And it's like, yeah. Oh, and it like that little 30-second, minute long.
Who are they talking about?
Heisenberg.
Jesse. No, they're talking about Jesse.
Oh, Jesse. Okay.
Yeah, no, because they're looking for Jesse. Because
Because Heisenberg's got to be dead, right? Like he's dead.
have you not seen the show?
I know he died at the end. Like, but did he die or did he die?
Oh, okay. That. Yeah. Squirrely meth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it.
How hard did he die? He died pretty hard, didn't he?
I mean, he wasn't.
He got shot.
He wasn't John McClane. He very much didn't John McClane, and they tried to do a little bit of a. If you haven't seen the show, you need to watch it because it is fantastic.
It's really good.
Especially, I will say though, so that show gets romanticized because of the last 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons are some of the best television that have ever been made, ever. And
Yeah.
I will plant that. That's the hill I will die on.
I agree with you
What
on
about
that.
Better Call Saul?
I haven't seen it yet, and I really want to. But it's that thing of I want to go back and rewatch Breaking Bad before I watch Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Because Jesse really likes Better Call Saul, and
That's-
I've heard really good things about it.
That's why I don't want to watch the movie, because one of the things I was happy about was that he got away. He didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have a chance to kill him.
Yeah, something bad could happen.
Something bad could happen. to
Okay,
Paul
well, I
and
don't
Kirk.
feel bad. This trailer happened 3 days ago.
Yeah, no, it's new.
Do you know how
Okay.
much
But, you know,
happens in 3 days?
But you're on, podcasts that talk about, pop culture and things.
We
so
haven't talked about Breaking Bad in
you think it-
forever.
I know, and now we get to again.
Yay.
In other Breaking Bad news, it's coming.
Well, I mean, it's only going to be one movie.
That you know of.
That you know of.
But no, but the first 3 seasons are good.
Yeah.
But they aren't like if you're watching those first 3 seasons and you're like, what is why are people like super, like they're really good, but they're not like revolutionary. Whereas those like last 2 are just,
That last episode.
I don't like when you guys stop talking as I yawned. I'm like, no, keep going.
no, cover the noise.
That entire last episode. Because, so I didn't watch it as it aired, but I got caught up right before the ass end of the last season. Because that's whenever they split the seasons in half.
Yeah. Which
So-
was bullshit because it wasn't like an extra long season.
No. It was like 8 episodes. They just said 4 and 4.
Yeah.
So I got caught up that summer. Mm-hmm. Pennies wasn't working me, and I don't think I was working at Hastings yet. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, well, I got Netflix. So I just watched all of it in the course of like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, not a great show to binge.
No.
Yeah, that'll make you hate your life.
I don't need help.
It'll get you there.
I got caught up with my aunt and uncle out in Virginia because there was 2 shows that we would watch together. The first one was Justified, which I still need to go back and finish.
I never watched that, but my dad loved that show.
Timothy Oliphant is a treasure.
And
that
Walton Goggins, right?
Yes, like those first, like I think I've seen the first like 2 seasons are great, and I want to like go back and rewatch it. But so we watched Justified, and then we started watching Breaking Bad together, and we were watching it as it came out every week. So then I moved back to Cape, and the apartment that I lived in, one of the like perks is they paid for your. They had a deal with Charter. They paid for your cable.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it was this was the apartment that I had to sleep in the living. I had to keep my bed in the living room because it was a window unit, and it was a whole separate room, and the window unit was above the fridge, so it only blew into the living room, and there was no way to get any air circulation into where the bathroom and the bedroom and the closet were.
So you slept in your living room?
So I had to sleep in my living room because it was too hot. Like it was unlivable.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awful. I hated that apartment, but they had cable, and they had cable when Breaking Bad was ending. So I watched it at home live, like while texting people of just like, what the fuck?
I've never watched it. I don't get to watch a lot of TV. I still haven't finished X-Files.
The
new series, yeah.
I thought we did finish it.
No, there was like 3 more episodes that we just never finished, and I don't know if they're going to do another season for it now, so I don't know. I don't like television. I don't like television because it goes on too long, and you never know when it's going to actually end.
See, that's what's great
That's
about
why I
Breaking
like
They say that
movies.
it's going to end for like 4 seasons and then it's still going.
You talking about Supernatural?
That's what's great about Breaking Bad is it is that neat little okay, you've got the 5 seasons and it's perfect. Except now they're
Now there's a movie, and
now
you
there's
never
a
know
movie.
they might do another series. Well, plus Better Call Saul.
That's a prequel though, and I don't really count that
Because
because
Saul's
I'm
life got really interesting whenever all that happened.
Because he's still not Saul Goodman in the show. He's still Jimmy what's his name?
Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
I don't
Jimmy
remember.
Simpson.
Yeah.
No,
That's it. Might be. I don't know.
It's Always Sunny. He's one of the
McPoyles?
The McPoyles.
Yeah.
They announced real quick just to mention they announced the Obi-Wan TV show, which I think is pretty exciting.
Clearly,
I'm just
I like how you just started talking about like you don't like TV shows, but Obi-Wan's getting a TV show. Ewan McGregor's going to be back.
There's a lot of shows that I actually want to watch this year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch The Mandalorian. I think that could be a lot of fun if it's done right. Because Rogue One's my favorite Star Wars movie by far, and it gives me that same feeling of like semi-serious, not Jedi constantly.
And that's kind of that's one of the things I talked about last night. Is like I may not like really enjoy this new trilogy of movies, at least the first two. But
third one's gonna knock it out of the park.
It might like, and I hope it does. But the side stuff that we've gotten so far, like
I've really enjoyed.
Rogue One was amazing. I need to get caught up. I need to watch the Clone Wars because that's getting new episodes.
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch that.
So like the side stuff they've been doing has all been really good. I still need to see Solo. I haven't seen Solo yet. I've heard that was fun.
I liked Solo.
Solo's really good.
I loved Solo.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. But
and not just because of Donald Glover, like I thought it was a legitimately good movie.
Yeah, and
then Donald Glover was in it. That was a good sidebar.
He was a better Billy D. Williams than that guy was a Han Solo. Like he did a good job.
Yeah,
but like Donald Glover was such a good Billy D. Williams.
I thought you were going to say he was a better Billy D. Williams than Billy D. Williams.
I mean, Donald Glover is pretty good.
I was going to say he was a better Lando than Billy D. But man, Billy D.
Billy
D set the bar for Lando.
Carl Weathers looking jacked.
Still jacked. He's 79,000 and he's still jacked.
Did you see the when the Disney Sony stuff was beginning? There was the meme of Donald Glover. It was that scene from Homecoming where he's webbed to the trunk, and it was like Marvel fans, and it was Spider-Man was Sony and Disney. It's like, whoa, wait, no, get back here and fix this.
Right now.
You can't leave me like this. Get back here and fix this.
We only have just a few minutes left before we have to get out of here. Well, we don't have to get out of here, but I want to because I'm hungry.
Fair enough.
What about you guys? I wanted to ask you though, while we had a second.
Oh, you still on the roids?
Yeah, no. Oh, that's a story after. Sorry. You just got me mad.
We can't share that now?
Okay,
is it the roid rage?
It might be.
Jesus.
So I've got really bad eczema on my hands right now, and it's this like special kind of eczema that extra sucks. And it's already cost me like $100 in doctor's visits and prescriptions.
Yeah.
Boo.
So I went to the urgent care, and they said, hey, and she's like, I think this is eczema. You need to take, and this part looks infected. You need an antibiotic, and you need an oral steroid, and you need a steroid cream. Cool. It helped, kinda, but not a lot. So I went to my primary doctor. My primary doctor's like, this looks like eczema, but I'm not 100% sure. Can you come and talk to this other doctor that's here? I was like, sure. So I paid 2 office visits for the second doctor to be like, yes, the first doctor was correct. The urgent care doctor was right, but they weren't aggressive enough in the treatment. So we're going to put you on a stronger antibiotic for longer, a stronger steroid for longer, and then a stronger cream. Cool. And it actually started to help. Like the swelling went down, like the bumps went down and everything. But then I finished my steroid and everything. Like I still have the cream that I'm using that's just not helping. But the oral steroid I finished like a week ago. And ever since then, I've started to get new bumps, which I wasn't getting new bumps when I was on the steroid. I'm going back to getting worse. So I called the office and I was like, hey, I need to talk to the doctor about potentially prescribing me an oral steroid.
Yeah.
Because stuff is going wrong. And like, okay, we'll talk to them and either we will call in the steroid or we'll have to call to try to set up an appointment for you to come back in. Which I don't want to go back in because
it's money.
I don't. Yeah.
Every time you go in.
Every time. And thankfully, I have good insurance, so I just have to pay an office visit copay. But that still is I don't have a lot of extra money to be dropping on office visits.
Yeah.
So I call them. They call me back, but I'm at work, and I barely miss the call. So I miss it. They're like, "Hey, we need you to call us back." It's like, well, crap. That's them wanting to set up an appointment. So I call them back when I leave work, and they're like, "Oh, they actually just left for the day."
Oh.
But they wanted to know why you wanted to be re-prescribed the steroid. And I was like, I told them in detail why I wanted to be re-prescribed the steroid because my stuff isn't fixed and it's getting worse. And it seemed to get better when I was on the steroid.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm so frustrated. I'm sorry.
Are they still not
No, I have to wait for them to call me back
So
tomorrow
you're
morning.
still playing phone tag.
Yeah, I have to wait for them to call me back tomorrow morning so I can and I told the lady, like, well, can you just tell them, like, this is why? And she's like, well, they'll call you in the morning. I was like, oh, but I work. I can't just, like, guarantee that I'm going
then
to
you
be...
asked her, he's like, are you at work right now?
Right.
You are? All right. In which office?
So if someone just calls
All right,
you...
give me a
like,
few minutes.
Yeah, if someone...
You just drive over there and, like, reach in and start strangling her.
Oh.
Give me steroids, bitch!
I want to get jacked.
Your hands are gonna be so strong.
How can I get these
they're not.
gains?
My fingers are so screwed up that I can't use my fingerprint swiper half the time because I'm no longer recognized.
Oh.
Yeah, it's real annoying. Like, there's no fingerprint. That's all just growth.
Are you sure? Sorry, between growth and the squeal out, something was funny.
Dale Gribble would love to be in your position.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have to burn off his fingerprints anymore.
God, I'm about ready to burn my hands off.
Did you hear about the Ion Fury thing?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know
Fuck
if you,
those
did you
guys.
guys talk about it last night?
No.
I wonder what you thought about it, because I know it goes to fuck those guys, because I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But just the thought process. Did you hear about this, Dalton?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
The amount of miscommunication, which also, do you know what the original name of that game was?
It was Maiden Fury, wasn't it?
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, Iron Maiden.
And then Iron Maiden sued them
Okay.
to change it because it was too close, so they just changed the name of the game to
And-
Ion Fury.
And there was so much goodwill for
And
this
then
game.
Ray Fury sued.
God,
Ray
hopefully-
Furry. There was so much goodwill towards this game. Everybody was like, oh, this is an amazing game. And they were kind of like, oh, Iron Maiden's kind of shitty for making you change the title. So these guys had everything going for them. Like, they were great reviews.
Underdogs.
Well, then people were playing the game and they found... I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. There's a part in the game where they referred to something... There was a secret word... The secret area containing the word fag bag...
Yep. Like, it was spray painted on the wall, but you had to, like, clip through the wall to get there. Like, it wasn't supposed to be in the game. It's just, like...
Yeah.
It was just there.
But it was still made.
Yeah.
Someone put it in, and there were shampoo bottles with the word "oh gay" on them.
Instead of Olay.
It was "oh gay."
Mm-hmm.
So there's like these, and then apparently there was also some transphobic content in it. There was
Their Discord, like the game's Discord channel, had a couple developers in there who made transphobic jokes and comments.
And what they did was originally they apologized. They said they were going to take the content out, and I think they were even going to donate money to.
So they were, because there's a really, really good episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily, the Monday episode from this week. I recommend everyone check it out because they go like in depth on it, and it's just a really good conversation. But they do, so they said that they were going to remove the word from the wall. They were going to remove the "oh gay" comment. They were then going to implement a policy, like a zero tolerance policy, that if developers or anyone working with whatever the game studio and the publisher were, like, if you were found to have like these comments or something, you will be fired. No ifs, ands, or buts. They're not going to work with any about that. They're going to donate $10,000 to the Trevor Project.
Oh, good.
And like, yeah, it was just like, okay, they're getting ahead of it. They're like, whatever.
And then the twist. Instead, the developer of the game, head developer Richard Gobiel, go fuck yourself. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Oh God,
it goes by the handle Terminx. Oh, they maybe misspelled it. Oh yeah, I guess Terminx. Okay, Terminx said that we will absolutely not be censoring Ion Fury or any of our other games now or in the future, including but not limited to removing gags such as gaming's most controversial face wash. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Oh, you piece of shit. And now people are negative review bombing them on Steam, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But it's not just the people that are pissed about it. It's also people that were pissed they were changing it in the first place.
Yeah.
Including this comment. I love this one. If I could refund this game at this point, I would. I would, because despite being a wonderful game and something I've dreamed about since all FPS turned into Call of Duty generics, I won't ever support a company that caves into the cries of the oh-so-oppressed boohoo snowflakes. Like... Now they're getting
You've
shit on
upset
from,
both sides.
Yeah, both sides are shitting on you now.
So in the same statement that he says we will not be censored, he also goes on to say, please understand that our forums and Discord need to be kept free of hate and need to be kept free of hate and harassment and blah blah, like essentially just saying like he's gonna we recognize our mistake. The point has been proven multiple times over. He's just super shitty about it all the way around.
Yeah.
And then but just the fucking balls on you to claim that the oh so hilarious magnum opus joke of "oh gay"
This is your life
as the face
This is your life
watch.
project here.
That is, that's censorship. But don't call us out on it on our forums. or we'll delete you and ban you.
Yeah, 3D Realms, who helped either publish the game or something, I don't even care at this point, said jokes at the expense of marginalized communities will not be present in future games published by 3D Realms. However, a portion of our community made it loud and clear they felt removing "oh gay" was censorship and should be protected by free speech. Void Point wanted to listen and we respected this decision. To be fair, yes, it is freedom of speech. They can put that in there.
But having a private company remove it because it's a stupid fucking joke that's not even funny.
It's not a funny
That's
joke.
not violating your... You know what violates your freedom of speech? If you're arrested for saying it or printing it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Congress specifically passes a law saying you can't say it. Which, by the way, hate speech, not protected.
I was going to say...
Because the First Amendment starts with, Congress shall pass no law. I cannot violate your freedom of speech. I cannot censor you. I can say that, hey, you said something, and that's bullshit, and now you have to face consequences in the form of, I'm not going to associate with you, I'm not going to give you a platform to express these views I disagree with.
I was going to say, "oh gay" is freedom of speech, and it is protected by freedom of speech. No one went to jail because of it.
Yeah.
But if they would have fired the guy for it, that's like, I didn't claim freedom of speech when I got fired from GameStop for something I said. GameStop was an entity that said, I don't like what you said and we're firing you for it. That's not censoring me.
Right.
That's punishment. That's repercussions for something I did. And it's ridiculous that they're crying about freedom of speech, and it's absolutely ridiculous.
They also try to claim that the person who put
they're still, by the way, 3D Realms said they're still going to donate to the Trevor Project anyway.
Oh yeah, well they can't go back on that. But like they can't. They also try to say that like the person who put F-bag on the hidden wall, like he's he's from a country that's not a like slur.
Okay.
Like he's not from in America,
Yeah.
so it was like it has a different meaning or something like that. So they're like, well, that's why it's there, and you can say that and just be like, okay, that's why that's there, but we're taking it out anyway.
Yeah.
Because like
They do that all the time. In Call of Duty, they had something that I believe, if I remember correctly, was very offensive to Muslims. It was like on one of the walls.
And they took it out.
And they took it out. And it wasn't because they didn't put it in there to offend. They had put art assets in there that they were unaware that was offensive to people. So they took it out. There are lots of games where parts of a song or a background image or a poster will be offensive to a certain sect of people, and they take it out. Not because they're backing down, but it's just the right thing to do. That poster isn't going to change the game.
Right.
You know, that art is okay being out of the game changing your enjoyment of this game?
Right.
I think you need to rethink your life.
Yeah, do you need fag bag that hard?
Yeah, it's
insane. They said we do not support censorship, and we regret our initial decision to alter a sprite in the game instead of trusting our instincts. Trusting your instincts to, oh my God.
Yeah.
Our instincts said be as shitty human beings as possible, and you know what? We did it.
right.
Really
We
well.
did it.
Why? I don't know. It's people suck.
Yep.
Yes.
And on that note,
Yeah, we already talked about it, so now I can't make them the motherfucker of the week, but I'll find someone else. That's going to do it for us
Oh, I'm
tonight.
sure someone will do something before Thursday.
I got one.
You got one for me?
Yeah, I got one.
After the show.
After the show.
After the show. All right. That's going to do it for tonight's Absolutely Not interview with the Yellow Ranger, who shall not be named. That's the full title of this episode. You guys have a great night. We're going to be back tomorrow with Pro Wrestling Unscripted. I think something happened this week in wrestling. I honestly don't know. We did
We'll
CCW.
find out.
That was fun. We'll find out.
There are things.
We'll go to 4-1 Mania. Let's see what Justin Watchery thinks. And I'll tell him I don't give a fuck what he thinks. All right. That's tomorrow. Pro Wrestling Unscripted. Till then, good night.